Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Therapy Unzipped. Am I unzipped? Oh no, I
Eh,
don't want to expose myself. But let's expose something that a lot of you out there can relate to. Anyway, good morning, Brett. Good to see you.
Good morning, Tom. You and I were talking a bit before we hit the record button, and we are creeping into our fifth year of doing this. Holy
Right.
moly.
Right?
Can you believe it?
It's been an incredible ride, and we don't know what we're doing, but we're doing our best,
Right.
and we'll be helping out. I'm sure we've been helping out tons of people already, and we want to get into helping out thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people.
All right, absolutely.
So anyway,
And remember, we're at therapyunzipped.com. Questions at therapyunzipped.com.
yeah, so send in your questions, your comments, how you feel, what you want us to talk about. We're here for you. We're here to help.
All right.
Today's topic is of interest, has been a theme that has come up, and it's definitely something that happens to us. And so we're going to expose ourselves and let it all
Uh-oh.
hang out today.
No.
You know,
I, dude, I promised my probation officer I wouldn't do this.
Mm, well, sorry, you're going to be out there.
Officer Smythe, just turn the dial off.
All of your cash and prizes are going to be. Mhm.
But
And and here's what I'm about to expose. You and I and a lot of you out there have done some pretty hard things. You've overcome some challenges. You have
right.
survived. Maybe it's
Mhm.
been trauma, maybe it's been an addiction, maybe it's been something that you didn't think you could do, maybe it was your education, maybe it was doing hard tasks at work, maybe it was difficult relationships that you survived. And that feels really good. You've accomplished goals over the course of your life. You've done hard things. And yet, why do we still make bad choices?
Dun dun
What
dun dun.
I do, you
I
do,
do.
a lot of you out
Absolutely.
there, we've done these hard things. We've overcome seemingly impossible things, risen to the occasion. And just because we're strong and resilient doesn't mean that we are perfect.
All right. We know better. We've made mistakes. The whole point of making mistakes is you learn from it, right? You learn, well, that didn't work and I don't want to do that again. Yet we continue to make mistakes in the future. Why do we do that? We know better.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's so interesting when people talk about, oh, I did it, I did it again. I knew better, and I
Right.
still did it.
Right.
Why do we do that?
You've survived divorce, grief and loss, chaos, raising kids, right?
Hmm.
You survived it all. You're tough. You're tough mother effers out there.
Hmm.
But yet, we still skip the gym. We don't go
Hmm.
for the walk. We don't do our yoga. We eat donuts. Why do we do these things?
Those donuts are so damn good, Tom. That's why. I mean, there's really no other excuse.
Let's talk psychologically for a moment. Our brains, our bodies, we crave balance, harmony,
Hmm.
and that doesn't always necessarily equate to healthy.
Hmm.
Efficiency, right, is probably more important than doing what's right or healthy things. As an example, if you're dog tired, right, at the end of the day, and you've been emotionally drained, you can imagine the work that we do, talking and holding space for people all day long. You're definitely mentally and emotionally zonked. And so when you come home, it would be good to do some yoga, go for a walk, maybe do a little exercise, make healthy meals, and then you find yourself skipping all that.
Hmm.
And then you get a burger and fries, or maybe a sack of chips, and then, some delicious chocolate covered raspberries that are frozen that just slide right down, right?
Hmm.
I have to stay away from those. Good friend had mentioned those, and they sound incredible, and I can't get those because they'll be gone in a day.
Hmm.
But anyway, and that becomes more efficient because at the time, even though it's not healthy, we need some comfort. And we're
Yeah.
creatures of comfort, right?
Hmm.
We crave efficiency, but also comfort. And I know that that type of meal, even though it's going to make me feel sick afterwards or I'm not going to sleep
Hmm.
as well, I'm not thinking about not sleeping as well. I'm thinking about right now in the moment, this is what is going to change how I'm feeling.
Hmm.
Me eating, boiled chicken, a sweet potato, and steamed broccoli, even though that's probably a healthy choice for me, is not going to
Hmm.
taste as good as that bacon cheeseburger deluxe with, a mountain of fries and catsup.
Tom, the funny thing is that meal that you described is delicious, right? You season
Yeah.
it right, and it's healthy and delicious, and you feel better afterwards. But we still continue to make the bad choice. And why do we do that? Is it because really that burger tastes so much better than the chicken? No, our brain is associating it, right? It's more of a psychological draw than it is,
Yeah.
the taste bud draw.
Yeah.
And we know we're going to feel like garbage. We know we're going to be dehydrated. We know we're going to be,
Yeah.
you know, it's
We're
just
not,
our
we're,
brains associate that with comfort.
right. We're not logical all the time, right? We're not
Mhm.
rational.
Right.
We're emotional and we're messy and we like rewards. We want that hit of dopamine.
And it's funny, Tom, when we were younger, we'd run out and down a bag of burgers and everything else, and it was fine. You just kept running, right?
Yeah.
No big deal. But now you eat like garbage. We get to this age, you eat like garbage and you feel like garbage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like for hours, and my stomach's upset, and gotta go to the bathroom, and yeah.
And it's amazing how we conveniently forget about how
Oh
we
yeah.
felt.
Hmm. Hmm.
You remember when you got snockered drunk? Of course, you definitely waited until you were 21 and were old enough to drink, right?
Of course.
And then you got smashed because that's the thing you do. And you were just hurling, right? Hugging the porcelain god. And
Yeah.
you're like, never again. Why did I do this to myself? And then 6 days goes by and like, it's Friday again.
It's
And
Friday. Hey.
you're like, oh, I don't even remember what happened last Friday. Actually,
Hmm.
there were some fun times.
Hmm.
I should do that again.
In the words of Elton John, I'm gonna get a belly full of beer.
Mhm. Yeah. Rinse and repeat.
All
And
right.
then what happens? Like all of a sudden, you're early Saturday morning. Oh, why did I do this? So we know better, but we still sleep in and we still overeat and we overdrink. I mean, some of us, we engage in not healthy substances
Mm.
and it's going after comfort, reward, and I don't know about you, but don't you want to be bad sometimes?
The old, hey, we talk a lot about our generation, of course, that's what we know, but hey, it's Sid Vicious, down with the man.
Yeah, right.
I'm doing it because I can. Mhm.
We want to
Why are
conserve
you?
energy. We love things that are familiar and comfortable. And at some point when we were young, remember like that time to your point, like there was power in the relatability. I feel part of the crowd. We're raging against the machine type.
Mhm, down with the man. What are
Hmm.
you rebelling against? What you got?
Whatever. Whatever. What's the
Right?
flavor of the week?
Uh-huh.
Right.
Right.
And
We
then
were the twisted sister generation, right?
right,
We
we're
were
not going
the,
to take it.
we're not going to take it.
Yeah.
We're going to
And
do
then
our
when
own.
when you unite with others in that, that feels good, right? I mean, that tickles the survival instinct of there's
Right?
power in numbers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's so funny, as things progress over time, Tom, you know, we're supposed to learn from our mistakes, right? And I look back at like the movies from the 80s and 90s and the 70s, 80s, and even 90s, at the stuff that people were doing, they're completely not tolerated now.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like what was socially acceptable back then, people now are like, "Are you kidding me?"
But yeah, that was a
That's
thing.
hmm
Ooh.
I mean, that's so funny. I mean, look at what 16 Candles, man. They blew out that mansion, right? No more Yankee me wanky. The donga need food,
Yes. Yeah.
right? And I mean, that was the epitome of like cool back then,
Hmm.
right? Just a blown out house party and everyone's doing whatever. And can you imagine if that happened now? I mean, the police, the SWAT team would be there.
Right.
It would be
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the tank rolling up, the armored vehicle.
Exactly. Right. It just wouldn't happen.
All right. People see, and I talk to people, it's like, man, I am so jealous of Gen Xers, man. You guys had the life. I'm like, we had the life? We had to create the life. We were rebelling. But anyway, and that felt good. I mean,
Oh
we
yeah.
would those were our role models, I mean, back then, right? The bad boys, the lost boys. Lost boys are
Oh,
coming for you.
oh yeah. Hmm.
Mhm.
So since we like rewards and we like comfort and we like efficiency, we end up gravitating towards those things that change the way we feel quickly. And I know, for me, to use that example from before, that having a bacon cheeseburger and fries and, some brownies or whatever, that's going to make me feel really good in that night at that time, despite how it's going to make me sleep or how I'm going to feel the next day, or even 20 minutes afterwards, how I'm going to feel. And I'm
Mhm.
probably going to feel guilt, maybe some shame with regards to that. But it's wild because we become so much more in the moment at that time, and I want that more than I want whatever it is, the healthy goal. It
Mhm.
it takes a substantial amount of effort and
Mhm.
energy for me to decide to be disciplined. Now, once I get in it and I'm like, okay, I've sworn off all this crap and I'm just going to be eating healthy. And because I have the goal, I have a really compelling reason why I'm doing it. And as long as it's compelling enough, I can be disciplined and steadfast about it. But that's only for the period of time until I achieve that goal. Maybe it's 20 pounds, or maybe
Mhm.
it's my pants to fit better, or whatever. And then once that's through, it's like that's not necessarily something I want to maintain because let's face it, I want to have a burger and I want brownies and I want to have pizza, from time to time. And it almost becomes black or white for me, where like it's not, I can just have that a cheat meal, right? It's
Right.
an all or nothing. If I'm eating it, all right, well then I guess I'm on this for a month.
What do they say? Lay's potato chips, you can't eat only one. Well, I only eat one bag. It's no big deal.
It's just one bag, right?
I
I
don't
just
get what
cut the pizza in half, so
right.
it's only two slices.
I don't get what the hoopla is all about.
It's just one. Yeah.
It's just one. Come on, I could eat one. No big deal.
One family-sized package.
Man, can you imagine a family-sized bag of Lay's? My
Oh.
electrolytes would be out of balance for a month.
Right.
I have to lay in the pool and like soak up yeah, all that sodium would kill me. And I could do that when I was a kid. That was no big deal. That is
Mhm.
such the difference. Such the difference. I couldn't.
Plus,
Just the
don't.
thought of it right now is like making sweat come down my forehead. Like my brain like was like, oh my God, you just ate a bag of Lay's. Could you imagine
Yeah.
how you were going to pay for that?
Oh God, yeah. And what's funny is how you ever get like through three-quarters of that bag, doesn't matter the size, whatever. And then you're like, I'm full, I'm done, I gotta get to sleep. And you're like, but there's still like
Right.
15 chips left. And you're like, oh
Right.
God, I gotta finish it. There's still one brownie in that tray, right? Like,
Oh, Tom, this is a great one. remember getting the pint of Ben and Jerry's, right? And I'll just eat like a third of it, right? And I'll divide it into three, and it'll be three servings. But then you're like, well, I mean, half.
No.
It's still good. I can, So you eat half of it out of the container. You put the lid back on. You put it in the freezer, and it's not even 5 minutes later. That bitch is back in your hand.
Right?
Uh, yeah. So yeah, and I haven't done that in years, but yeah, I
And
remember that.
that does not mean, Brett, that you are not a strong individual.
Mhm.
And you out there who engage in these behaviors, it doesn't mean that you're weak, weak-minded, a
All right.
weak individual, or that you suck in some way. You're not alone.
All right. Yeah, we all do it. So, and sometimes it's good to give in to the dark side. Come to the dark side, Luke. Um,
Never underestimate the
you
power.
gotta sometimes it feels good to do that, to break the rules, to pull out your inner Sid Vicious and down with the man,
Yeah.
um, kind of stuff. And that's okay.
Yep.
But everything in moderation, right? And hopefully you learn your lessons about, you take um the small paths as opposed to the big path,
Yeah.
right? You eat the regular size bag of J's instead of the family size.
You're not going to be perfect.
You're not going to be perfect,
Hmm.
and it's okay. No one expects you to be. Life is short. Like what in the words of Robin Williams, life is to suck the marrow out of. Right?
Yeah.
Wish I could remember his speech. It was so good.
Hmm.
Your life is to be enjoyed. It's to be savored. It's to be experienced,
Right?
not to, you know, I I have several friends that are so health conscious, workout driven that they don't live, right?
Hmm.
They haven't had a cheeseburger in 5 years. It's like,
Right.
bruh.
And
Um,
is it, I mean, is the trade-off like does the benefit outweigh the cost, you know?
and me from my professional background peeking in is they have to keep that door completely closed, shut, locked, bolted because once they open it,
Yeah.
yeah, it's the tsunami. And
Right.
if that's, I mean, people are with that, like with drugs and alcohol. Like, I can't even be in the same room, kinds of stuff, or I can't smell that stuff, or,
Yeah.
I can't just have a beer.
So I would urge for balance. I mean, let's
Because you
not
can.
be on the
Sometimes you can.
complete, extreme of the spectrum where you engage in just hedonistic, fuck it, just be in the moment and do whatever you want, because that leads to potentially short-lived existence. But then on the opposite end is to do everything absolutely right. I mean, how many stories do you hear about somebody who did absolutely everything right and
Hmm.
really no quality of life because everything was so regimented, and then they get some, illness that takes them out
Hmm.
at 55.
What is, I'm like, and I'm not going to get the facts right on this, but it was something about the guy that set the record for marathon or something died at 47, where the guy who was the taste tester for donuts lived lived 89. you
Right.
know, I mean, it's just yeah. Do the best you can. Do the best you can, making good choices, and being healthy. And making good choices is more about being fit psychologically than it is being fit physically, right? Because when we make good choices and we're exercising and we're getting good sleep and we're getting good water intake and we're limiting our alcohol consumption to what is acceptable for you, then our brains are physically fit as well as our bodies.
Right.
So
You're strong, but you still get exhausted. You overcome challenges, but you still need comfort.
mhm.
Talking to myself, talking to you, talking to listeners out there.
All right, find a balance.
Yeah.
Life is to be enjoyed. It's not to be tolerated, right?
Yeah.
It is the point of life is to thrive, not to just survive.
Right.
and that's great that you get your ticket punched when the time's up, right? But what did you do with your life? Did,
Mhm.
and did you do things in balance? And it's, I think, Tom, this might even be a topic for a different show, but, you know, when people get to our age, um, we've done the have tos for so long, right? We have to develop our careers. We have to develop our education or whatever.
Right.
We have to be providers and make enough money and, be able to have a place to live and keep up on it and develop it into what we want and then raise kids or, I mean, whatever it is we do, we all have all those have tos
Yeah.
and really you're in survival mode, right? And then you get to the point where I'm not just surviving anymore. I want to thrive. I don't have all these responsibilities like I used to. My career is pretty set. I don't have big fluctuations. I don't have, I have to kiss a bunch of ass for a promotion,
Right.
and the kids are grown and, gone and somewhat on their own. And then you get into the what do I want to do instead of what do I have to do?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Thrive instead of survive. And that's what I think I said it earlier, maybe when we were talking. Your 50s are like the teenage years of old age,
Yeah. Hmm. For
right?
sure.
It's where we get stupid again and we
Yeah.
just get silly and goofy and do the stuff that we haven't done because we can now.
Right.
And then
And
we'll,
there are zero fucks.
yeah, behold my field of fucks. It is empty.
If you hold your hand out long enough, maybe a fuck will fall into it and or whatever that is.
All right. I'm gonna get on my motorcycle and go for a ride, see if I can find a fuck field because I'm out.
Yeah, I'm all out. I need to resupply. So
Mhm.
it's probably on a ship somewhere out on the coast.
Right. Stuck in the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah. Oh boy.
No wonder why fucks are so expensive.
That's where they're at. That's why they're so expensive.
Uh,
Can't afford them.
yeah, too funny.
Hmm. So find a nice balance. And you know what? Let's stray away from having contempt for ourselves because we engage in that stuff from time to time.
Right.
Because we seek reward and comfort and dopamine sometimes. If we balance that out, like beating yourself up about it, like now if there are things that are harming you, seriously harming you, that you want to make a change about, then maybe we can find an alternative, something that is less harmful. So you can still be a little bit bad, but not where it's going to, really wreak havoc in your life, physically, emotionally, relationship, spiritually, all that.
Why am I sitting here thinking about Lay's potato chips and
Ooh.
Jerry's? Damn it, Tom. Damn
It
it.
is, it is Friday.
It is Friday. There's always an excuse, right? Hey,
Yeah.
it's the third Tuesday of the month. I always do something special on the third Tuesday of the month.
Yep. Hmm. It's Sunday. I always have a donut on Sunday.
Right. It's Donut Sunday.
Hmm.
It's Cruller Monday. Jelly filled Tuesday.
I love that. All right.
Apple Fritter Wednesday.
Mhm. Mhm. Broccoli Thursday.
Oh yeah. Fuck Thursday. Oh, I mean, never mind.
My Thursday. So you don't have to be perfect or healthy all the time or make the best choices for yourself, but you also don't have to beat yourself up and seek to make good choices here and there moving forward as often as you can.
Hmm.
Stack those wins. The night that you decide to not finish that bag of chips, even though you had three-quarters of the bag and you
Hmm.
threw the rest away, you know what? Let's call that a win.
Hmm.
You didn't finish that last brownie in the tray.
When you throw it away, then take the bag out to the outside bin so you're not tempted.
To go sneak back in.
Don't leave it in the kitchen garbage.
Who does that?
Yikes, people.
My wife is astute, or if she's brilliant in this, she'll if she's doing that instead of throwing the chips in the bag away. She'll dump the chips into the trash
Oh,
and then throw the bag away. So like you're not
that's
retrieving those.
yeah, that's true. That's smart.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
Mhm.
need to learn her ways.
I think I unconsciously don't do that because I know I may, and I want to have the option just in
Right,
case.
right. And that's so funny because you're like, oh, I'll just throw it away because I don't want any more. There's no chance I'm going to eat those things. And in the back of your mind, you're like, sucker.
Yep. Hmm.
Mhm. Too
I
funny.
want one honey bun, but it's two for four.
Right. I mean, come on.
I may want one in a couple days.
Right. What I saw this thing on TikTok, a meme or whatever, video on TikTok, and it said, what is your go-to car ride food that you would never eat unless you were in a car ride?
Yeah.
And it's funny. The one guy said honey buns. He's like, I'll eat. Oh man, I will smash those things when I'm driving cross country.
Yeah.
But the thought of them eating in my house makes me like shiver.
Yeah. Mhm. It is pretty wild that we do that,
Yeah,
given
it's
the
funny.
given the situation, given the social setting, we end up engaging in behaviors. That's probably a topic for another show too. Like
Uh-huh.
we change our hats and then it's still us, but
Mm-hmm.
we are just slightly different
Right.
depending on who we're around, depending on
Mm-hmm.
the situation. Which I mean, we're adaptable, so I mean that's we can kind of shapeshift like that, but
Mm-hmm.
some
And that,
people become like so different. You know how
yeah.
you're different when you were around your parents when you were growing up versus when you were, out with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like night and day, right?
Right. Yeah. That's funny about car rides. When we were growing up, the kid like you'd stop and get gas, and the kids are like, "Oh man, can I go get a candy bar?" No, no, we're getting gas. We're out of here. You're conservative with money and whatever.
Yeah.
But man, when we're on a road trip, everyone got like $10, $20 bills. Got go buy all the crap you want, and there were no rules. You just ate crap on the car ride.
Right.
And so my kids would love it, like when we were going on a car ride, because it's like I want to get money and a bunch of crap to eat. I'm getting beef jerky and Twizzlers and
Oh yeah.
nerds.
A 3 foot Rice Krispie treat.
What the heck is that? No.
I used to have that guilty I still feel bad about this, but getting those, we call them diesel dogs. It was the gas stations that have those hot
Yeah.
dogs that are just sitting in the thing. Who knows how long they've been there,
Right.
right?
Roller dogs.
Yeah, I had a little bun and a little warmer
Yeah.
tray or something, man. I used to love those. And I mean, hot dogs just in general are terrible for you, but
Yeah.
you can't even imagine. At least they had a sneeze guard, right?
Yeah, because that's gonna help. That makes them right? It probably is more healthy if people were sneezing. Yeah. Washed them off once in a while. Yeah, it's so funny.
When
We
in
had to,
Rome.
we need to do a show, the psychology of car trips.
That would be really good.
That would be great.
Huh?
We've had some infamous road trips. I love them. They were so great.
Mhm.
We did a 32-day road trip once.
Oh, man. I bet you
That
have
was
some stories from that.
that was great.
That was your Christmas National Lampoon's
It was.
vacation story, huh?
From Florida, set many stops up to Canada, over New York to
Yeah.
back.
Uh-huh.
I remember it was like day 32. We woke up in Manhattan at like 4 or 5 in the morning. And I'm like, the next time my head hits a pillow, it's going to be in my own bed. And
Uh-huh.
we drove like 23 hours straight to get from Manhattan to Florida.
Wow. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That's a drive.
that was some
I
road
remember
trips,
that
psychology
drive.
of road trips. So my undergrad, I when I did my bachelor's in sociology, my undergrad dissertation was the analysis of a regular because I worked in a bar. I was a bouncer and a bartender through
Yeah,
college, and that was my dissertation,
that's
or
pretty cool.
my undergrad dissertation was the analysis of
The regular.
the regular at a bar.
Nice.
So we'll jump in to do the analysis of a road trip,
Okay. I
the
love it.
sociological inquiry of the road trip.
Very well. So this is a mission for you guys out there. Some homework. Send in some of your road trip stories that we can share on the show.
Yeah, yeah. What is your go-to road trip snack?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Or some silly story. All right.
Uh-huh.
I got a couple. I'm ready. I'm locked and loaded. Let's get into it. That'll be in 2 weeks. Next week will be a shorter episode. I'm going to do maybe a story because people have expressed how much they like the little story. So I will do a story since we'll be away vacation next Friday, but it'll launch Friday. And then when we return, the analysis of a road trip.
All
Very good.
right.
So look forward to that. And that'll give you guys some time to send in some of your stories. All right. We'll be
Always
doing.
a pleasure. Thank you for your time.
Brett, thank you. As always, you guys out there have an amazing day. Have a great weekend. We'll see you soon.
All right.